Magandang araw mga kapitek. Once again, ito po si Sir Willie ang inyong kasama no, sa inyong journey as you prepare for the upcoming national assessment for school heads. And ito po ang ating session number 34 no, ng ating NASH series. No? Nag-umpisa pa ito from the NCASH, and right now ay nandito na po tayo sa ating session number 34, and pag-usapan po natin mga kapitik ngayong video ang school-based management. No? Just as promised, marami pong nagtatanong sa atin kung anong susunod na video yung atin pong gagawin, and it is but proper that we are going to discuss and syempre sa abot po ng ating makakaya ay atin pong magbibigay ng mga details no, and some important notes no, regarding po dito sa school-based management. Base po ito sa ating DepEd Order number 7 series of 2024. Okay? So huwag na natin patagalin yan mga kapitik. Umpisa na natin, and i-share na po natin yung ating slide. No? And by the way, no, sa lahat po ng ating mga subscribers ay nalalapit na po no, yung ating preparation. Nalalapit na po yung ating examination, and good luck po no, sa inyong lahat. And kung meron pa tayong mga videos na atin pong gagawin ay ipopost agad po natin upang sa ganun ay makatulong po no, sa inyong preparation. Okay, once again, this is Sir Willie, and ito po ang PTech Training Center. Okay? Umpisa na natin ang we're going to share po yung ating material. Ito po yung ating DepEd Order number 2, series of DepEd Order number 7, series of 2024. No? So nakikita niyo na po no, yung ating sharing. So ito po ay policy guidelines on the implementation of the revised school-based management system. This was released May 16 of 2024. Ito po ang ating DepEd Order number 7, series of 2024. So ito na po yung sinusundan natin ngayon, ano? Na guidelines on how we're going to manage no, our schools in relation to the different dimensions na mababanggit po natin. Okay? So we are going to take it naturally, and as it is no, na nailabas po dito kay DepEd Order. So umpisahan po natin doon sa kanyang mga important mga introductory provisions. Siyempre babanggitin natin dito yung iba't iba pang mga policies no, like the RA 9155, yung atin pong DepEd Order number 83 series of 2012 no, na sinundan po nito no. So nakalagay naman dito na this DepEd Order, the DO 83 series of 2012 are already, the provisions of which are already repealed, rescinded, or amended. Okay. So, tingnan natin yung kanyang mga important provisions. Let's start off with yung kanyang rationale. Okay. Nabanggit ko kanina na ito ay may kinalaman po, syempre, no, wag natin kakalimutan na ang ating SBM ay anchored siya no, dito sa ating RA 9155, which is known to be the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001. Ito po yung nagbibigay sa atin noong ng mga definitive na mga roles bilang school heads ng ating mga, syempre, schools, and all the other offices, kagaya po ng district office, ng ating division office, ng regional office, and then the central. No? So, nakastipulate po doon yung mga iba't ibang roles no, that are supposed to be handled by these different offices. Okay? So, nakalagay dyan that school heads, in consultation with internal and external stakeholders, are provided the opportunity to address and decide on issues and concerns directly involving the day-to-day school operations. In 2012, nabanggit nga natin kanina that nai-release po yung DO number 83, series of 2012, which is the implementing guidelines on the revised school-based management framework, assessment process and tool, or the APAT. No, in this policy, SBM as a reform trust was broadened to better highlight the learners as the center of the SBM practice and to encompass the diverse realities of learning context, uniquely occurring within the specific geographic, social, cultural, economic, and political, at the same time, environmental makeup in the society. So alam naman natin na yung ating mga naunang mga dimensions ay of course may mga pagbabago na in relation to what we have this time. So makikita natin later on yung difference niya from the apat down to DO number 7 series of 2024. Okay? And syempre dahil 2012 pa yan at sa dami ng mga different transformations na na-observe na po natin, and marapat din lamang na magkaroon na rin ng revision on how we are going to conduct yung ating school-based management. Okay? So this is the offshoot, kumbaga, no? So ano nga ba yung pinaka-focus nito? Why do we have the school-based management? So the updating of this policy provides a definitive understanding that SBM is the gateway to school effectiveness. Sa ating mga aspiring na mga school heads or sa mga school heads na nakikinig po sa atin ngayon, alam natin na for many literatures na nagbabanggit that the rise and fall or the success and the failure of the organization really is correlated to the kind of leadership that we have in our schools, no? So napaka-importante yung kaalaman ng ating mga school heads dito because ang effectiveness daw ng mga schools ay nakasalalay on how we understand and implement the provisions of the SBM. So in totality, makikita natin that yung school head, napakalaki talaga ng role, no, na piniplay niya dyan. The updated guidance also enhanced the commitment of education stakeholders to their responsibilities and accountabilities in realizing the improved learning outcomes, or the ILO. So again, hindi naman nagbago yung concept niya that we emphasize the role of our school community by our stakeholders. So enhancing the commitment of these stakeholders, and at the same time putting more how do you call that, yung a better perspective of which para makita ng ating mga stakeholders ano pa talaga yung role nila in the institution. How can they better perform in order to achieve the goals of the school of which they are part of. Okay? So again, another key feature describes in the policy is the broader appreciation of the rewards and the recognition. So saludo tayo sa ating mga school heads na talagang regular or naging institutional na po yung pagbibigay ng mga awards and rewards and recognition sa iba't ibang mga organizations na tumutulong po sa ating mga eskwelahan. So saludo ako diyan kapag may mga school heads po na gumagawa niyan. SBM is designed to nurture the intrinsic motivation schools which shall eventually open opportunities for extrinsic rewards. Napaka-importante ng role ng school heads dito because the school head understands the nature, the complexities, the technicalities, the peculiarities of the school of which ito yung gino-govern niya. And being able to maneuver, being able to direct the institution to where it should be with the help of the stakeholders, yan, napakagandang approach nito para sa implementation po ng ating school-based management. Okay? So we're not going to go deeper on the definitions dahil alam naman natin dito ang importante po na babanggitin ko ngayong video na to ay yun pong ating first rational, and at the same time the tool itself and the different dimensions. We're going to expound on that. Papasadahan lang natin ang naman ng ating definition of terms. Nandyan po yung ating community learning center, the community schools, of course, ang ating CI o yung ating continuous improvement. Makikita natin dito that it's a methodology to continually assess, analyze, and act on the performance improvement of key processes, no, and service delivery, focusing on both the stakeholder needs and the desired performance. Sabi nga nila, we do not aim for perfection, but we do continuous improvement. No? Tandaan po natin yan, kapag aspiring school heads tayo, kung minsan, di ba, lalo na kapag baguhan, pumasa, na-appoint, no? Tapos excited tayo, no, doon sa ating role bilang school heads. Sometimes medyo nakaka-overwhelmed, ano, yung ating mga trabaho, and parang sa kagustuhan natin na magawa lahat in a very short span of time, medyo nagkakaroon ng konting burnout yan, no? So tandaan natin na it's a matter of continuous improvement. Everything is a process. So we continuously improve, no, yung ating service delivery, no, focusing on ano ba pangangailangan ng ating mga stakeholders, and at the same time, ano ba yung goal, no, na kailangan natin na ma-target. Okay? So we have the different definitions din ng ating meron tayong learner, adults, out-of-school children in the special cases. Okay, so ito, i-highlight lang natin ng mabilisan yung SBM. It's the decentralization. So by definition, it is defined as decentralization of decision-making authority, okay, from the central to the regional and division levels to the individual schools. No? So paano natin makikita ito? Later on, malalaman natin, no, na yung ating eskwelahan ay hindi lang bumubuo or binubuo ng mga school personnel, no? Ang dami nating mga mini government, we call that. So meron tayong mga governance levels, at saka meron tayong iba't ibang mga grupo ng ating mga stakeholders na may kanya-kanyang role in terms of yung kanilang participation in at the attainment of the goals of the institution.
Do I memorize timer?
Okay, so now we go into the different definitions pa, no? School community, the school head, syempre, napaka-importante nito. So, the school head can be defined, no, in the absence of the principal. It can also refer to the DIC, OIC, master teacher, or other persons officially designated as the school head, no, by the division superintendent. Okay? And let me invite you dito sa definition po ng ating stakeholder para mas malinaw. Ang stakeholder as per definition dito sa ating Deputy Order number 7 is any person, no? School, recognized PTA, LGU, and other organizations that has or have professional or civic interests or concerns for the interests of the schools and their students. So they are categorized under internal at saka external. So tingnan natin mabuti yung pagkakaiba nila ngayon. No? Ang internal daw ay anyone who is directly and immediately involved in the daily operations of the school. Kagaya ng, syempre, yung learners and then of course ang ating mga school personnel. Sila po yung ating mga internal na mga stakeholders. Pag external, anyone who is not directly involved in or affected by the daily educational operations. Okay? So, kagaya ng, we have parents. So, mga parents and guardians ngayon ay categorized as external as per the definition po on DO7 series of 2024. Community members, no, local government units, civil society organizations, other national government agencies, and government-owned and controlled corporations. Okay? Malinaw po ito, no, yung kaibahan ng ating internal at external. So, dalawa na lang yung makikita natin to na mga categories. So, we have the learners and then we have the school personnel. So, we define that as teaching and teaching-related or non-teaching staff who is assuming roles and responsibilities in the day-to-day operations of the school. Kasama na dyan yung ating mga non-teaching personnel. Okay? So, yan po ang definition ng ating stakeholders. Ang policy statement ay nabanggit ko na ito yung partly dito sa ating unahan ng video. Nabanggit natin dito yung provisions ng RA 9155 na ang mga school community stakeholders are accorded, no, the opportunity to collectively plan and decide on the delivery of quality basic education. And of course, meron din tayong term kanina na nabanggit about continuous improvement. So how do we operationalize itong continuous improvement na ito? Tingnan natin yung una, no? As stated here, ang CI daw nurture yan, no? Kung saan ang eskwelahan ay nagpo-promote ng self-reflection, self-management, and self-improvement. So pinaka-importante in the CI ay ang opportunity to reflect, no? Self-reflection pertains to understanding the current situation, no, by describing the root causes, the different concerns and areas for improvement, no, and identifying the responsive courses of action, no. Importante that we recognize the weaknesses of our institution, of our school, no. Ganon din yung kahinaan, no? Kaya kapag self-reflect tayo, we look into why are we failing, why are we lagging behind, why are we not meeting the standards. Ang daming mga tanong, di ba? So lahat ng mga school heads dyan, no, alam ko na medyo nakakapagod na kung minsan dahil siyempre bumabagsak sa shoulders po ng mga school heads yan, lalo na kapag hindi maganda yung performance, no? But come to think of it, tanungin natin kung ano yung mga issues na nangyayari. Okay? Ano yung mga common na mga problems kaya? Why are we not hitting the target? Okay? So maraming mga factors yan. No? Pwede tayong maglista ng napakadami. Okay? Kailangan lang, however, natin na yung honest to goodness na self-reflection. Okay? Ikaw ba na school head ang problema? Ayan. Okay. Isama na rin natin na tanungin yan. No? Madalas tatanungin ko yung sarili ko, ako ba yung problema sa school? Ako ba yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit hindi nami-meet yung mga standards na yun? So ano bang kaya mong gawin? Ano bang kaya mong gawin? Ano yung kaya mong baguhin? Ayan, okay? So you reflect. No? It allows the school to have a broader perspective of the situation, which aids in the development of strategies that shall address the mga concerns na yan. Because unless we recognize that there is a problem, then we will not be compelled. Hindi ka mako-compel na gumawa, no, nung necessary na mga actions para diyan. Okay? Ang nagiging problema kasi kung minsan pag hindi mo nire-recognize na may problema, well, hindi nabibigyan ng solusyon, no? Hindi nabibigyan ng solusyon yung excuse. Hindi nabibigyan ng solusyon, no, yung mga problema na nakikita po natin. Okay? Self-management pertains to planning, organizing, leading, and managing resources to ensure the attainment of the organizational goal. So, yes, you have reflected. Now it's time to manage. No? Now it's time to plan. Now it's time to organize. No? You lead, you manage. No? In order to ensure, no, na lahat ng mga pinlano mo na mga na tinarget mo ay talagang magkakaroon talaga ito ng realization. Okay? So, self-reflection followed by self-management. It also means the ability of schools to continuously learn new ways to support improvement efforts and expand community networks for sustainable partnerships. I think ang isa na magandang bagay dito kay self-management is that mabigyan natin ng clearer na roles ang mga different stakeholders natin. Ganon na rin po, no, whether internal yan or external. Kung may goal na kailangan i-attain, sino yung mga kasama mo to do it? At kung sino yung mga nandoon na mga kasama mo, ano yung roles nila? Ano yung trabaho nila? No? Ano yung mga kailangan nilang gawin? So, malinaw dapat ito, no? That's part of self-management. Para nang sa ganun ay hindi masasayang yung mga resources na ilalagay natin kapag ginawa na po natin yung isang project, right? And then of course, yung pangatlo ay self-improvement. No? So it enhances the capacity to address the problems, refine processes, and procedures, innovate on the delivery of the services, no? And continuously apply effective and efficient practices in the school operations. So tandaan natin ito, no? Yung CI component na nabanggit natin dyan, self-reflection, self-management, and yung self-improvement. Okay? In terms of the principles, tignan natin yung mga governing principles, no, which are summarized right below dito sa ating material, no. So the SBM as an organization effectiveness framework and the PPSHS as a people effectiveness framework have common and shared principles. So tandaan natin yun, na later makikita natin yung diagram, right? Learner-centered and inclusive. Well, we know this pretty well. Kailangan ito ay learner-centered and at the same time inclusive. Ano pa? Strategic planning, napaka-importante nito. Network of leadership, nabanggit ko kanina yung self-management, self-reflection, self-management, and self-improvement. Right? So we have to look into how, kasi kapag in-employ natin yung strategic planning, no, mas magiging comprehensive, no, yung approach. Targeted yung gusto mong mangyari dahil alam mo ko na ito yung naging problema. So kung ang focus mo ay improvement on the delivery or the NAT, no, dahil mababa nga yung NAT score, for example, you find the root cause of that, malalaman natin kung ano yung talagang pinaka basic cause, no, or the root cause of which. Pag na-identify natin yung root cause, for example, nag-YY ka na, doon papasok, no, na we're going to do specific planning. Para lang sa ganun, yung root cause na na-identify ay mabigyan talaga natin ng solusyon, right? Leadership and governance, stakeholder participation, and excellences are all related principles. Ang leadership and governance ay crucial in the realization of the goals for the learners. And stakeholder participation is the engagement of the community. Okay. Dapat ay shared governance yung approach natin, collective yung ownership ng ating mga efforts. Kaya nga in the SIP development, lalo na pagka sa crafting ng ating mga programs, nandun na yung ating mga stakeholders, no? Malinaw na sa kanila kung ano yung kanilang level ng participation at ano yung role na kanilang ipi-play. Okay? Ano yung role na kanilang ipi-play. Napaka-importante nun so that you can tap, no, more stakeholders to join the cause. Kung, I can share some, no, but of course, no, hindi na natin yan, but makikita natin na kung gaano ka potent, no. I must say that very potential talaga ang pag-tap natin ng ating mga stakeholders to help us out, no, in the delivery of the basic education. Although syempre, nandun pa rin yan sa school management on how to play it out at kung paano sila matatap. Alright? Ganun din yung principle ng access, equity, quality, and resilience, and well-being. Alright? Sige, we move on to the conceptual framework. Ito yung binabanggit ko kanina na highlight lang natin yung Assess Plan Act. So, sorry for talking this one out para makita lang po natin para sa mga nag-review. Assess Plan Act. Yan, the APA. You're familiar with this, no? Ngayon, nilagyan na siya ng yung tatlo, no, na parte ng ating ay yung self-management, self-reflection, self-management, and then self-improvement. No? So, when you act, after the action, there will always be an opportunity to reflect. Makikita natin kung hanggang saang level nga ba yung kinaya, no, nung act na yon. And by then, malalaman mo, no, kung ano yung mga kailangan pang bigyan ng emphasis. So nagkakaroon ulit ng opportunity to assess. At kapag nahanap mo kung saan yung naging problema doon sa implementation, you go through self-management again, planning, execution, and so when you implement the plan, ayan na, no, nagkakaroon na ng self-improvement. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin, no? Tuloy-tuloy pa rin. So when you assess, you do again the planning, and then in the planning, incorporated doon yung opportunity to improve, and then after the action, then magkakaroon ulit ng opportunity for reflection. So makikita natin dito, nandyan yung ating mga internal stakeholders right here. And then we have also our external stakeholders that are very potent no, in the delivery of the needed resources for the program. Okay? And then makikita natin dito sa loob no, yung ating mga different dimensions of SBM, leadership, curriculum and teaching, learning environment, human resource and team development, finance and resource management, and mobilization, and then ganun din yung ating governance and accountability. No? Ano yung nasa gitna? These are our learners. No? Learners, Filipino learners with 21st century skills. So napakaganda ng framework natin. Ano ba yung mga 21st century skills na yan? Dami nga nating nababanggit about 21st century skills. However, it's very important that we trim it down no, to our core values as Filipinos. No? Maka-Diyos, makakatao, makakalikasan, at makabansa. Okay? Yan naman ang ultimate goal natin bilang mga school heads, that we contribute no, to the development of learners who are with skills and values. Hindi lang po yung skills kailangan nating may develop at the same time the values. No? So bilang principal, bilang school head, no, dapat ay nagiging parte na ito no, ng ating everyday no, na conversation. No? So that we can really live by no, the idea na ang isang school head ay siya yung isa sa pinakamalaking role na piniplay in the improvement of the schools. Okay? Nabanggit ko kanina yung ating mga dimensions. Nandyan po yung curriculum and teaching. Okay? School personnel and stakeholders work collaboratively to enhance learning standards to continually build relevant and inclusive learning community and achieve improved learning outcomes. Ganun din ang LE, learning environment. This will be the second. Leadership is third. No? Governance and accountability. So makikita natin dati ang leadership and governance iisa. So pinaghiwalay ito ngayon. So we have one for leadership and another dimension for governance and accountability. In leadership, no, the school personnel and stakeholders are empowered and actively engaged in taking on appropriate leadership roles and responsibilities to continuously improve. Yung governance and accountability naman, the school and its community come together no, to take responsibility for ensuring participation, transparency, and accountability. HRTD, Human Resource and Team Development, that has something to do with the improvement of the entire team, the overall team capacity, being able to create an environment that will yield high performance in terms of improved learning outcomes. And then finally, we have finance and resource management and mobilization. Okay? So, nandyan po yung ating mga finance team no, to assist us in terms of how we manage no, the resources of the school no, and mobilize all our resources in order to achieve the goals of the institution. All right? In terms of the degree of the manifestation later on, pagdating po natin sa tool, makikita natin na meron tayong 4 na degree of manifestation. Always manifested kapag consistently observe and achieved at all times, yung indicator na yan. Frequently manifested kapag most of the time, no? Observe and achieve yung indicator na yan. Rarely manifested kapag sometimes lang na observe and achieve. And not yet manifested kung yung indicator na yun ay hindi pa na-observe or hindi pa na-achieve ng institution. So, 4 po yung degree of manifestation natin. Okay? Yan. So, yan ay magagamit natin dito sa tool. Alright. So, I will not go with the calendar here anymore. You can look over yung ating pero mabilisan lang na yung ating yung self-reflection. Usually, we integrate the results of the self-assessment in the school's strategic plan adjusted improvement plan. No? Vacation months of the learners prior to the start of the new school year. Pinag-uusapan na yan dito sa may part ng reflection, and then implement the plan for continuous improvement guided by the self-assessment checklist. Okay? And then, magkakaroon ulit ng self-improvement here. We undergo self-assessment pagdating po ng fourth grading period of the current school year. So, yung ating self-management na part, dito yung sa implementation of the plan, first to third quarter naman yan, or third grading period. And then, magkakaroon tayo ng self-assessment dito po kay fourth grading period of the current school year. Okay? Yan. So, importante na we go into the process. Now, we go to the... Yan. In terms of the roles, gusto ko lang i-emphasize dito sa part na yan na, well, as a school heads, please, the school head shall assume the role of the school SBM coordinator or the focal person. You can create team, no? Dahil kung talagang malaki yung institution, hindi mo naman talaga realistically kakayanin yan. But the function of the school head as the SBM focal person shall not be delegated nor reassigned. No? Kung may tao, syempre, marami tayong mga kasamahan, you're the one leading the charge. No? As a school head, you are the focal person. So, alam mo lahat ng mga dimensions, naiintindihan mo how each dimension is working, and each dimension will contribute to the holistic approach, no, na gusto mong makita later on. Alright? Yan. So, again, the SBM focal person, tandaan natin, si school head yun. Okay? Hindi tayo pwedeng maglagay ng mga, ipasa natin yung trabaho na yan. Alright? Pwede tayong maglagay ng mga tao, no? Siyempre, alam naman natin yan, part yan ng ating management. But you can never delegate, no, yung trabaho na yan being the... Again, and then yung mga roles and different, including the M&E. So, usually, sa SDO level, meron tayong monitoring team dyan, no? The DFTAT, no? Being able to conduct monitoring in terms of compliance of the different schools in the SBM implementing guidelines. Then the RFO, the RO, no? And then meron din siyang team dyan. Alright? Sige. So, medyo kumaba ng konti, no, mga kapitek, but I hope na nabigyan ko kayo ng konting description, maybe. Sa mga alam na po ito, maraming salamat. At of course, you can share with us po yung mga practices niyo. You can comment down below. Kung gusto niyo pong pa-highlight po natin. So, you can, pwede naman tayo mag-podcast, di ba? Para sa mga, we can invite, no, yung ating mga magagaling na mga school heads all around the country. Grabe, ano pa. Hoping that the channel can reach that so that meron tayong mga ma-invite at balitaktakan tayo, no, on how they are doing yung kanilang SPM and their best practices. Ayan. Okay? So, dito tayo sa Annex A, yung ating checklist. So, ang curriculum and teaching, nandyan po yung kanyang mga indicators, no? Nandyan po yung proficiency level ng early language literacy and numeracy skills. So, usually, yung mga MOV natin dyan, no? Ang isang trabaho natin bilang school head dito is that if this is the indicator, dapat alam natin kung ano yung mga possible, no, na mga MOVs, no, na pwede natin na ipakita, no? That would define, no, the degree of manifestation and how we're doing that. Okay, are we doing the assessment, no? Yung proficiency level assessment? Yes, we do, di ba? So ngayon, ano yung proficiency level na yan? Ng early language, literacy, at saka ng numeracy. Ayan. So pwede na natin ilagay yung PhilErie. Ayan. Okay? Sa number 2 naman, nandiyan yung ating NAT. Alright. Number 3 ay school-based ALS learners attaining certification. So, kung nag-offer tayo ng ALS, for example, ay ito yung level ng attainment ng ating mga completers. Number 4, teachers prepare contextualized learning materials responsive to the needs of the learners. Mga LR materials na pwede natin ilagay dito. So, pwede tayo maglagay ng ating mga LRs. Maganda ba yung sulat ko dyan? Ayan, okay? Teachers conduct remediation activities to address learning gaps. Teachers integrate topics promoting peace and DepEd core values. Mga DLL natin showing po how our teachers are promoting yung ating peace and DepEd core values. The school conducts test item analysis. Well, understandable naman yan. And then yung ating engagement, no? Yung local industries to strengthen our TLE, TVL course offerings. Kung kayo nakikipartner sa ating mga different local industries para sa immersion ng ating mga estudyante, well, napakaganda pong practice yan. And the more na nakakaengganyo tayo, no, ng ating mga stakeholders in terms of helping us out. No? LE or the learning environment, ayan, bullying incidents, child abuse incidents, dropout incidents, culture sensitive na mga activities. Nagkakanta pa tayo ng mga culture sensitive activities, yan, buwan ng kasaysayan, yung ating mga MAPE related or mga cultural activities or presentations, ayan, pwede nating maging MOV sa mga ito, no? Ito madali mo nang makuha yan dahil usually mga guidance designate, may data naman ang mga yan. Importante kasi you're doing the proper tracing, no? In the event that there is an bullying case, dapat naka-record po ito. At ganun din yung mga child abuse incidents, may proper recording po tayo. May intake sheet tayo at proper po yung pag-attend natin no, sa mga problems na yan. Okay? Functional ALS, Functional Child Protection Committee, DRRM, Functional Support Mechanism for Mental Health, and meron kayong mga PWD-friendly facilities or SNED programs in relation to. LE nga yan the learning environment. Tingnan natin yung pangatlo, leadership. Konti lang naman itong leadership, 4 lang. SIP, hinahanap po dito. Then we have school community team. Then yung mga functionality ng ating ng ating SSLG or SSG. Usually naman kung ano yung mga documents that they've been presenting to you, no? Dapat kasi active din talaga yan. No? Dapat, so again, the degree of manifestation is very important because despite the fact na medyo kinukulang ka sa mga documents, for example, merong opportunity na pwede nating ma-justify how we are doing that. So, sa interview, for example, pero dahil nga sabi nga natin, ginagawa mo na nga, i-document mo na ng tama. Okay? Ayan. Leadership, then we have governance and accountability. Nandyan. School has and its community come together to take responsibility. Okay? Nandyan na yung SIP operationalization, School Governance Council, PTA, and the collaboration with the stakeholders in strengthening the partnership. Napaka-importante nito under the governance and accountability. So, ano yung mga MOV niyan? Alam na natin kaagad kung ano yung mga MOV na yan. So, kung may mga report tayo ng ating SGC, yan po ipapakita natin how effective our SGC and how effective our SPTA group, in terms of helping us out in the institution. All right? School monitors and evaluates its programs, projects, and activities. So, pagkandak natin ng ating mga management review. And the school maintains an average rating of satisfactory from its internal and external stakeholders, especially in the customer satisfaction survey. Yan. We have our HRTD. So, again, yung IPCR natin, yung school, the average, school achieves an average rating of VS in the OPCR, and the school conducts the needs-based LAC. Okay, facilities. The school facilitates the promotion and continuous professional development of its personnel. Okay, we give support to our teachers. Number 1 yan. Huwag natin kakalimutan yan. And we recognize the awards, the rewards, the milestones, the achievements of our personnel. Okay, saludo tayo sa mga school heads na talagang sustained po yung mga programs na yan. And of course, sa ating mga how we properly manage no yung compensation ng ating mga personnel, especially for those who are under ng implementing unit. Napakahirap po na maging principal, alam natin 'yon. Okay? You have to wear a lot of hats. Minsan engineer ka, nurse, lawyer, yan. So, we are playing all of those roles. Napakadami talaga. And kaya nga kapag ang isang eskwelahan, kitang-kita mo yung pag-boom ng school na yan, makikita natin that it can be attributed to the kind of leadership no, na meron po sa paaralan. Sa dami na nakikita natin ng mga blogs and the different yung mga social media posts no, na may kinalaman po sa kung paano minamanage yung school nila. Well, we have to remember na hindi naman perfect talaga yung, wala namang perfect na organization. There will always be ways on how we can improve. There are times na nagkakamali tayo ng mga decisions, but that's part of it, no? That's part of the learning curve. No? Importante is that we recognize, no? You recognize that it's your fault. It's somebody else's fault. And it has to be corrected, right? It has to be corrected. We recognize na may pangangailangan. Hindi tayo laging itinataas no yung ating mga sarili at ipinapakita na ito yung mga magaganda. Well, ano naman 'yan, magandang ano din 'yan na ipakita natin kung ano yung mga magandang nangyayari. But huwag nating kakalimutan 'no, na kapag may mga times na nagkakamali tayo, we recognize that. Kasi once na hindi na natin nire-recognize na may pangangailangan tayo, dun na nagkakaroon ng problema. Nabanggit ko yan kanina. Okay? So yan 'no, kayang-kaya natin yan bilang mga school principals. Okay? Finance and resource management and mobilization, well, maraming mga indicators din 'to, but it has something to do with infra facilities, improvement ng mga facilities, functional library, functional water, electricity, and internet facilities, no? So, sa panahon ngayon, yung internet facilities, number one na requirement na yan. No? So, kailangan na nating bigyan ito ng pansin. No? Computer laboratories, yung utilization rate, no? Wag lang sanang umabot ng 75%. No? Medyo ako personally, medyo ano ako diyan, kailangan i-100% na natin, no? Huwag na nating ilagay yung mas mababa na percentage, no? Kaya natin 'yan, kayang-kaya niyan bilang mga school heads, alright? And of course, liquidation ng ating MOE, no? Nakakalungkot dahil maraming mga, sabi ko nga kanina, may mga social media posts, no? Na nakikita tayo na binabatikos yung the kind of leadership ng ibang mga kasamahan po natin. And sana ay umabot tayo sa point na pag-uusapan natin ay mga systems and processes that we can on how we can be able to improve the learning outcomes, no? Gamitin natin ng tama yung ating MOE. Gamitin natin ng tama yung ating resources sa school in order to address kung ano yung kinakailangan po natin na bigyan ng solusyon. Alright? So, I hope that with this video ay nakapagbigay tayo ng a little insight on how we do SBM sa ating mga eskwelahan sa pamamagitan po ng ating Decree Order number 7 series of 2024. Maraming salamat mga kapitek. And thank you for continuously no na nanonood po tayo sa ating mga videos. Nakakataba ng puso na makarinig po tayo ng ating mga magagandang comments at we are willing to accept kung ano yung mga kailangan pa namin na improve dito po sa ating channel. Maraming salamat and abangan po ninyo yung mga susunod na mga videos natin. And, invite ko na rin po kayo to share, subscribe sa ating channel. Hindi lang po ito pang NASH, we're also offering yung ating licensure examination for teachers dito po sa channel natin. And you can share naman po no, sa iba so that mas marami po tayo yung ma-reach. Maraming salamat. Muli, ito po si Sir Willie at sana po ay may natutunan kayo sa video na ito. Maraming salamat and magandang araw mga kapite.